start this shit? That's that. 3, 2,
Really?
1.
We're doing a goddamn countdown, huh? All right, fuck me. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we just did a countdown. Woo! Welcome to the Garbage Pail Skids podcast. I'm your host, Shane Kopke, and I'm here with, as usual, Tim Gage.
Hello
and
there.
Kevin McNichols.
Hi.
Apparently, Kevin has to put on a voice. I don't know why. That just seemed to come to him.
Why?
Great.
It just felt
Great,
natural.
Great voice. So
You think I could be a voice actor?
No.
Nah, me neither.
So we
Me
had
neither.
We read books. You make a living doing that shit. People.
yeah. You sounded like you have some sort of fucking.
They'll do
syndrome.
audiobooks.
You know
and
what?
get
I
paid
can
for it.
already bore people to death. Dude, this might be my calling.
Yeah, you should work in a nursing home
We
for
got
the
you.
assisted suicide branch.
Why not?
I bet they pay really well. Hazard pay.
No,
Oh, wait, the
there's
hazard
why
pay would go to
be
the dead.
hazard, you fucking moron.
I guess the hazard pay would probably make more sense to go to the families of the people who are dying.
Why?
Because
Yeah.
you killed them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you killed all of them. You
Yeah.
bored them all to death.
Bored them to death.
Oh, good. We're just gonna get giggly, Kevin, the entire time. This is gonna be great.
It's my favorite Kevin.
Yeah,
Entirely possible.
super giggly, Kevin.
That's what's going to be the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, we didn't have a show last week.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
was.
Me and Tim had some,
Family
mom,
issues.
mom problems.
Yeah.
Mine went into the hospital, and
I was in the hospital too.
yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
both bad things.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Tim didn't tell you.
Well, I
No,
didn't
'cause
tell
Tim-
anybody. Really.
Tim wanted to wait to tell everybody,
No, I.
like every 4 people of them,
Hey, man.
3 of which are us.
yeah.
This is
I
the
mean,
age of sharing.
Yeah. Mom had a heart attack.
Yeah. And
Oh,
then-
shit, man.
That's what old people
That's
do.
horrible.
You know.
Yep. I mean, that's what got my mom into her. I'm assuming, although the doctors still say they have no clue because she went like into a coma for like I think 16
Oh,
or
that's
8
possession, dude.
16 or 18 hours. You think it was possession?
Damn.
Possession.
I know
It's
she did
simple.
grow up Catholic, so maybe that's it.
Yep.
That-
Probably touched a Ouija board at
that-
some point in her
The
life.
power of Christ compels her.
We've all seen
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
Why you
We
looking
know
behind?
the
Why you fucking
realities of
freaking out,
this.
dude?
The door there, the weird fucking
It's
sheet
probably
keeps popping
Probably
open.
from the wind.
Oh, that's right, because Tim needs a personal
I
fan.
get fat and sweaty, dude.
It is a pretty hot day.
Y'all
out.
are just jealous that you don't got one.
Okay, that's gonna be the title name, Fat and Sweaty. That's the title
we
of this
go.
show. No joke, that has to be it. Fat
Fuck
and
yeah.
sweaty.
It's been a hot one this
It's
week.
a
too.
Tim-centric
It
show.
sucks ass.
Well, yeah, it's been warm.
I don't like hot weather at all. I remember last year we had that record-breaking day where we
It
like
was 117.
Yeah, it was
it
too-
literally cooked the fruits on my trees outside.
Damn.
It was fucking
Dude,
hot.
every tree,
and it cooked trees too.
every
yeah.
tree on the south side, everything was burnt on.
Yeah,
it.
it was
Yeah.
wild, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Seeing fir trees, which are like we're
Yeah,
used
evergreens
to
were
like
like
90
brown.
max.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, too, this whole week's supposed to be like in the hundreds, like almost every
Yeah,
day.
consecutive.
we
days.
understand that.
Yeah, It's been pretty rough, man.
You checked the Weather Channel, too?
The almanac.
Yeah, we've been checking the Farmer's Almanac, circa 1875.
I hear they're far more accurate.
Well, according to people that believe in other things like ghosts and fucking goblins.
People that farm.
Farmers?
Yeah,
Farmers
think-
believe
yeah.
in goblins?
and almanacs.
Okay, I guess. I don't know
Why wouldn't they?
why.
That's why it's
wouldn't-
called a farmer's almanac. They go by that shit for their seasonal planting.
No,
don't
they don't. They did. That
Uh,
was a thing.
oh,
I
not
mean, I
anymore,
think
huh?
that there's still people that do, but
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was a thing
the purists.
like a long
Well, yeah.
fucking time ago.
No.
Farmers don't have technology.
You know,
they don't
when
need it.
would
They
use
can't
a-
afford it, for fuck's sake.
when they would
Jesus.
use a sundial and
Yeah.
everything to fucking tell the time
Yeah.
and shit like that. Yeah, cobblestone roads everywhere.
Well, those
you
were
know.
the days.
Hey, man.
Lanterns.
If it ain't
Lots of
broke, don't
lanterns.
fix it. Plus, you don't need a battery for a sundial. They work all the time.
That's right, Kevin.
What about during an eclipse?
Maybe not so
yeah,
much there.
okay.
You might
Okay.
need an eclipse
Well,
dial.
what about
Actually,
overcast?
not during an
Yes.
eclipse. Fucking
I
nerd.
bet- or you could make a new tool that is made
Oh,
just
fuck.
for
Here we go.
eclipses.
Kevin's coming up with ideas.
Well, you do that. It's a cardboard box with a pinhole in it.
I remember I remember the last idea Kevin came up with on his own, and we're like, "What the fuck did you allow us to put on YouTube?"
Oh yeah, Jesus.
So, no, go
I
ahead.
have to, I
wanna
have
hear
to
it.
run. I have to run
We've
the art
learned not to
ideas
let
through them.
Kevin have his own.
I say, go ahead.
Yeah.
Speak forth with the idea.
That was just to make like an Eclipse Dial.
How would that work?
I don't know. You'd have to invent it.
It shoots
I didn't
more
say I have all
shadow
the
up into the
answers.
sky or something.
Shoots shadow up into the sky.
I think you're on
Or
something, Shane.
it
We're shooting
uses
shadows.
the shadow
Doing what?
We're shooting
shoots all
shadows.
the time. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
Ah.
This has gone off the rails really fucking quick, guys. Jesus.
Well, fucking Captain Giggles over here. I don't know. I don't even know how to run
Having a
this
good old
with
time.
this
man.
motherfucker.
Having a good old time.
Here, let's bring this down a bit. So, during the week off, wasn't it the week after the shooting that took place in, what was that?
Was there another one?
No, it was the one where the dude actually stopped the shooting.
dude shot him.
Yeah, I
right?
heard about. Well,
Yeah.
I heard a little bit about it. He got
Was
like
it-
3 people, and we got shot like 7 times by the dude.
8
times.
8 times
Yeah.
at 40 fucking yards.
Yeah.
40 yards with a pistol.
It was like 23-year-old kid.
Yeah, I think he missed 2 shots out of 10 that he took.
Good for him.
Yeah, man, he was on
And
it.
fucking. So I guess what happened is his girlfriend ended up seeing the guy come out of the bathroom with the gun.
I think it was Greenwood Park Mall.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one.
And they actually put that in the news, huh? Typically,
for
they
like
kinda
a split second.
They sweep
A
those ones under the
split
rug.
second.
That doesn't
Yeah.
fit the narrative at all.
But yeah, I
And he
guess
did it
he
in
ended up
15
like
seconds.
pushing his girlfriend out of the way and fucking
Mhm.
bracing himself up against some post
Wow.
See,
and waited till he
and-
got a good shot.
And what would have happened had that guy not done that? Well, that shooter might have gone who knows how long shooting at more people.
There was another argument I heard about this though on the
We should have
the
just let
idea
it happen.
Of no, the guns are bad. People saying, well, in a situation like that, you never know who the active shooter is.
Oh, so he shouldn't have saved their lives.
That's what I
Good-
mean.
good
That's,
point.
so
So
that's the argument.
ridiculous.
It's a
That
good
it
point.
doesn't make sense. Where what if the police show up and the guy's just got done shooting the active shooter? The police going to shoot the savior or whatever? I mean,
It's possible that things like that have happened.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
before.
that cop just near us that
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
got shot and killed by another cop
Yeah, because
because he shot the bad guy, and so the cop shot
he
the
didn't
cop.
even shoot the guy yet.
Had his gun out and pointed.
He had his
They
gun
got
out.
out and pointed.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
And they ended up blasting the hell out of him,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
and then
he was just defending his house.
and then arrested the guy. Well, it's because what happened in that situation is the guy got into his house while he's still outside. So now, obviously, when the cops show up, who do they think owns the house?
Yeah.
Probably the guy at the house.
Right.
The guy with the gun is probably
Well,
trying to
yeah,
rob him.
That's the whole argument with this whole mall shooting or whatever it was.
Yeah, but until that scenario happens, don't fucking that.
Yeah. Well, that's the side. That's the other
Like,
point that they're
I
trying
mean,
to play with that.
Well, here's another scenario. The guy could go in with the gun and rifle and everything, shoot for the first person, and be like, "Oh man, what am I doing?"
Yeah.
And then
change your
just
mind.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is definitely.
But that doesn't
possible.
happen either.
No.
So.
No. Once they're committed.
Well, and the thing
Yeah.
is, though, once I have noticed that it does seem like there are more people after seeing this that seem to be a little more amenable to the gun rights arguments after seeing this sort of thing
I
happen in
disagree.
action. There are some.
I,
that have
think,
been
I,
talking
don't, I
about
don't think this
Like,
changes anybody's mind.
Well, actually, it was what was it? I think it was Bill Maher on his show. He was like, "Wow, this is one of those situations where the gun was actually a good thing to have there." So I mean,
But
I know Bill Maher's more
I was
one
gonna
of those
say, I
people
don't-
that is more amenable to those sorts of things anyway. But
Yeah, I think he's a more reasonable person.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I haven't watched the show in a while because, usually
yeah,
I got hockey on Saturdays trying to stay up that late, trying to watch that.
Mhm.
Not that I can't just watch it on demand, but, anyway.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I would watch his show because
Mhm.
he seemed a little bit more just a reasonable dude. for
Yeah,
the most
more
part.
reasonable
Yeah.
person from that side of the political fence anyway.
Yeah.
But I've just noticed that I've seen some news newscasts where some people that normally be very against it are going like, well, I mean, I can't really argue the fact that the guy stopped the shooting and that's a good thing.
I don't know. People
You know.
try. They go. Like what Tim said.
Yeah, they'll find an argument no matter what.
But the cops. The cops.
What if he missed? What if he missed and hit somebody?
Yeah, what
know?
if he missed and hit 3 babies?
What if it was
that were
like
trying to be aborted
several
at
people
that moment?
pulled their guns out, and they now don't know who the active shooter is. You know, there's all these scenarios that they'll try.
Yeah.
They'll try to,
Well, there was
argue
one-
it.
When it
There
comes
was
down
one-
to it, those things didn't happen.
Dude,
They didn't.
There was one that happened where a guy did actually. He pulled his gun, found the shooter, went up to confront the shooter, and didn't realize that there were 2 shooters.
Oh shit!
And the other shooter was the guy's girlfriend and came up behind him and shot him in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, weird scenarios happen where you don't get the full information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's. I was telling you the other day how I like to set up scenarios in my own house of how I would react if someone busted in.
And then
My fat ass trying to fucking roll out of bed,
Yeah.
grab the shotgun, and
It's actually
waddle down
not
the hallway
bad.
or something like that. It's like
Tim calls
and
it
then-
his jelly rolls.
I just don't see it going well for me, no matter how well armed I am.
You know
it's
what,
just gonna
though?
be one of those things. Right? Well,
It's not bad to actually have
You gotta
some
take off
idea
your
in
sleep
mind, though.
mask to get out of bed.
That's what I mean. Rip it off. Fucking, so, like I'm, propped up in the corner of the room or something like that, just waiting.
You gotta fucking run to the bathroom
Leon
to
and the
grab like some
professional.
asthma fucking medicine
That's what I mean.
beforehand. You're all,
That's what I mean, though. We got all these ideas of like how would you react in this situation, but you'll never know until you're actually in
No.
the
Well,
situation.
well, yeah,
how
it's
you're
the
gonna
same
react
thing
and
with
behave
the
to it.
people that are like, well, if the world ended, I'd be able to survive. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But you're also saying that 90% of people are gonna die.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
So
You're
you're
gonna
gonna be
die.
10%. You're gonna be the 10%.
Well, everyone thinks
Yeah.
that, don't they? Because of movies and all the other shit that say, Walking Dead is like, oh, I can be one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm prepped.
Yeah. And the same thing happens for like when it comes to like totalitarian regimes and stuff like, well, if I was in that position, I would stand up and do something.
Yeah.
Like, well, but maybe you probably would be one of the people to just shut up and put your head down.
Yeah.
No,
You know, it's-
you'd be one of the guards at fucking
Or yeah.
at Dachau.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Or you'd be one of the guards at the next Auschwitz, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Jesus. Well, again, that's my point. It's like, I'll always
Kevin's
consider
dream.
myself, well, if I ever got in a fight, I'd kick a person's ass, and I would not.
No, I know that. You
I'd
would.
get my ass kicked so fucking bad, but
See, I've been in
there'd be
plenty
about a
of
good
fights.
10 seconds of rage coming from me, but that's about it. And after about 10 seconds, I'm done.
Well, and the problem nowadays though with like fights and stuff is everybody knows fucking Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
A lot of people have learned Brazilian
Yeah.
Jiu
You'd be like,
Jitsu.
man,
Yeah.
like the guy at the bar is like, I'm gonna pick on this little guy, and it's like the little guy just fucking puts him in a
Hits him in the throat, and he's like, oh.
puts him in a
that
leg
hurt.
lock and fucking breaks his kneecap.
Yeah, so, again, I'm going to get.
No,
my
I know.
ass
You would
kicked,
roll
and
into a ball,
I would cry.
and then you'd be like, hey, push me towards that hill so I can get away.
Yeah. there would be. I have
there
some
a little
great scenarios,
pothole I
but
can hide in?
None of them would ever work out. That's all.
Tim's like the critters from the Critters movies, fucking rolling into places.
Rolling down a
Kinda
hill into
fucking
this
cool.
little...
Rolls into the toilet.
Like a hedgehog. Fucking Ron Jeremy.
I've still never seen that movie, yet I know references to it.
That's
Critters?
The critter that
The
came out of the
Critters?
toilet.
Oh
and shit.
yeah, dude, that was a pretty famous shot too. Like there was a couple of like shots from that movie that were just always showing up on previews and
The
commercials.
ball
and
of
stuff.
critters.
Yeah.
All the critters.
Yeah,
They
with
roll
the
all
that
one
one
person
together.
gigantic
over.
ball.
And,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that just basically flays that guy that rolls
See,
over.
I've never seen the movies.
I
Any of
have
them.
bits and pieces stuck in my head. I've seen it, but I've never.
Yeah,
I can remember.
it's
much
been
of
a
it.
long
I
time.
just remember like the 2 alien rescue people like modeled themselves after rock singers or something like that. They look
Uh-huh.
fucking. I mean, you look at it now, it's like, holy shit, that's
Well, it's-
woo,
Yeah.
What is that?
drag queen of ever.
Wasn't that like
wow.
Earth Girls Are Easy? Was another movie.
Oh yeah, Jeff
Kinda had that
Goldblum and
Fucking
all.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
Jim
They like
Carrey?
crash
Yeah,
into
Jim
that
Carrey
pool.
was in
Don't
it.
they crash into the
Damon
like Gina
Wayans?
Davis's pool?
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
all 3 of them in there. That was
Uh-huh.
awesome.
I've seen that, but I barely remember anything
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it
I
either.
just kind of remember who was in it just because I knew who they were
Yeah,
already.
they were in
when I
those
saw
like
it.
fuzzy alien costumes or whatever they were wearing.
They were just furries.
Furries, yeah, they were
Yeah.
alien furries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird movie.
Actually, they were just furries that couldn't talk well.
we don't get weird movies like that anymore. That were just shit that.
Oh no, we do. It's called Netflix, but just no one fucking watches it.
Well,
dude.
that's the thing. A lot of the
Netflix
stuff in
got
there's
some
garbage.
fucking crap out there, dude.
It's garbage.
It's
stuff.
90% bullshit that no
Yeah.
one's gonna fucking watch.
That's
I
why
know,
they've
they
been
got a
losing
lot of-
millions of
They got
dollars.
a lot of good comedy specials, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but
Comedy-wise.
any obscure movie I've ever pulled up on Netflix, I'll give it 10 minutes, and I'm
I'll-
telling 10 minutes.
I'm
is
telling
not
you,
worth
you
my time.
have to watch that one that I was telling you about.
Which one?
It's the I can't remember the name of it, but it's the prison where you just you stay in an area for like I don't know 3 or 4 days, and then you just wake up in a different area of the prison, right? But the prison's a gigantic fucking.
I think I've seen this.
It's a gigantic pit.
Is
right?
it called The Column? Where it's
It
like
might
these
be.
people are on different levels of
so-
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It's a fucking good movie.
All right,
Yeah.
something to watch then. That's
But
great.
also, that's not a Hollywood movie. That's a foreign film.
Well,
foreign
yeah,
films
no
have
shit.
been
That's why you
yeah,
had
they're
to
doing
read
pretty
it.
good.
They're
aren't
doing
they? Yeah.
awesome movies.
You had to
foreign
read
films.
a movie, and I don't
Yeah.
like that.
They said the most pirated series
But
right
it's so
now
worth it.
is still Squid Game.
Really?
Like
Squid Game was great.
56 countries pirating that.
Dude,
and
the
next
South
one,
Koreans
next one
have been
down
killing it in movies.
is 12 countries pirating
Dude,
it. I think
you
it's
know what
something stupid like
you know what I
Cheese
wanna-
or something like that.
You know what I want to
Wow,
watch?
dude.
I want to watch. I think it's the. I don't know if it's the Mexican version or if it's another South American country, but some country did a different version of Breaking Bad.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, is it like Walter Blanco and Jose for Jesse.
Oh, wow.
But I guess they did all 5 seasons in like 3 months.
Oh, boy.
Did they really?
And it's supposed to be absolute shit.
Well, of course.
But it's, I mean, of course. we
Probably
did 3
totally
months.
worth
They don't have
watching,
much
though.
But they
film
did it. I think
industry.
they also did it line for line.
Well, they did.
Did they really?
They did, instead of Dawn of the Dead, there was Shaun of the Dead, the British one, and then there
Well,
That
was,
was a
but
good
that's
one.
A
well, no,
parody.
but there's another one was Juan of the Dead.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen
one,
that.
I've seen it too, but I don't remember
That's
anything.
it's
from
it's
that
not.
one.
I remember it not being not bad.
It wasn't
though.
that bad.
Like,
They actually
no.
made an attempt there, and it
And
wasn't
yeah,
too.
it had some original
There was
funny
another-
stuff in there.
There was actually quite a few zombie
Comedies?
parody movies.
Yeah.
that are pretty good.
Uh,
yeah.
What was that other one? There was one with Bill Murray.
Oh, that's Zombieland. Right? No, no,
Zombieland.
no, no.
Not zombie.
No, no,
I know what you're talking
I know,
about.
no, but you're talking about the one with like, did it have Colin Hanks in it? And they're
No,
like cops.
It's got.
No,
it's
it
got.
was, it was
No?
the guy that played Kylo Ren.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's him. That's him.
Yeah, I can't
and they're
remember
cops,
the-
right?
yeah,
They're like
it's
small town
cops,
cops. I
yeah.
have seen that.
Yeah.
Was that zombies?
It's like aliens
I don't
and
remember-
zombies,
I don't
wasn't
remember
it?
the name of the movie.
Weren't
Yeah.
the aliens like
And then
turning
there was-
people into zombies or something?
Yeah.
Was that it?
I don't.
Some
I don't
shit like
fucking
that?
know.
I don't remember.
I
but-
haven't seen it, but
Oh,
it's you know
okay.
it's a
I
you know,
saw it. It
parody
was-
movie.
It's funny. It's good.
It dragged for a bit. The end
Yeah,
of it,
in the middle,
yeah.
it kind of does.
Also, Range 15 was good.
I haven't
don't
seen
know-
that one.
That's funny.
What's
So
that
I don't know
one?
if you know who Matt Best is.
Sounds familiar.
He's ex-military guy that does a lot of would do a lot of parody type stuff. And
Okay.
Now he
Maybe I've
does
seen
a
him
ton of
somewhere.
shit because he's expanded everything. I think it's Ranger Up and Article 15 got together and made a movie.
Oh,
It's
they
a
did?
zombie movie, and it's just parody the whole time. It's fucking hilarious. Who is it? Some UFC guys end up becoming fucking zombies.
Do they?
But then they have a fucking actual UFC match in the middle of it while the fucking zombie's a zombie. It's hilarious.
What'd you say it was called?
He didn't.
Range 15.
Range 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's fucked up. Some
Yeah, I
dude gets
just,
his dick eaten off by a zombie.
Finished The Boys yesterday.
I
haven't
finally
seen it.
finished that new season.
What'd you think of the first episode?
Of the third season?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. like,
15 minutes, you're like, what the
dude,
fuck?
Is that
the
one where
guy
dude goes in a
shrinking
dick?
down. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the scene. Yep.
Expands
I only
the
know
dude's
that because
dick.
I follow the
Uh-huh.
artist that actually
So
put that together.
fucking
Oh,
wild,
really?
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the FX artist.
Yeah, Vincent Prost. I
Oh,
think is his
okay.
name.
I don't know.
I think
him.
it's the first time you see the deep go balls deep in something too.
He's all in there like rubbing the walls and stuff, and then he's like, "Uh-oh, don't sneeze, don't sneeze, bro."
Well, yeah, the Aquaman guy, he has a thing. He can talk to fish and stuff like that, and he develops a relationship with an octopus, and then tries to get his wife involved.
I think we've talked about
The
this on
octopus
the
is
show.
sucking his dick,
And it's
then
hilarious.
his wife's laying next to him naked, and he's like, "She wants to taste you." She's like, "Nope, I gotta go. I'm done. I'm
Yep,
done.
I'm getting a
I'm
divorce.
done. I'm not doing this."
fuck?
It's so fucked up.
She's like, "It's okay, it's okay. You're hurting her feelings."
And then when the one back, the main Homelander, makes him eat his
Makes
friend
him eat-
Tim.
He's like, "It's
He's
Timothy."
he's praying.
He's praying.
He's praying, and he's eating this fucking squid that he made friends with.
He's got a wife and kids.
fucking ink dribbling down his mouth and shit like that's so fucked up. Every single season of those, there's so many fucked up situations.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone dreamt it up and then they actually filmed it.
Dude,
but
Homelander
you
is
can-
such a good villain.
You can do that.
Yeah,
though, like,
right.
He's
I've
such
seen
a good
so.
villain.
Yeah, that's
that on?
that's one thing I'll give
Huh.
them. It's
Amazon Prime?
Yeah, it's
Amazon Prime.
That's why. That's why they can do this type of thing.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
one, so if they were still if it was still like network television and then cable, I don't think you could do this.
Yeah.
Unless
even on like
you-
HBO or
Yeah.
Cinemax or
That's
any of
the
those
only
places.
place you
even
get
then,
close.
back in the day, like HBO had. I mean, yeah, they had that softcore porn.
Yeah,
time,
but there was stuff they
but
would.
that
There were
was stuff that
lines
was
they
played
wouldn't
at, like,
cross.
fucking
Yeah,
2 in the
you
morning.
You wouldn't see.
And
dick.
HBO didn't produce it.
Like,
You know,
right.
It was no. It was something like you couldn't see an erect penis.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't record an erect penis
Well-
without it being labeled as pornography.
Yeah, and it's only been recently,
Yeah.
over the past several years, that they've been
I know
getting
you're
a little harder.
disappointed by
you know?
that. but-
Well, it's nice to see that they're advancing in that. It's now one of those things like that. I mean, yeah, it's still shocking to see a cock on TV. It's like, wow.
Well,
I
yeah,
can't
they
believe they're
showed
doing
that
it.
in fuck. What was that?
But in a
It's
comedy
another
or something
no.
like
It was
that,
another
it's like, wow.
HBO show about the prostitution during like the 70s.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that one called?
That other one, Altered Carbon, we talked about that a while
That
back.
was a cool
was
one.
Fucking badass
Dude,
show too.
the only downside is that, man, the first season was amazing,
Mhm.
and then I felt like the second season was.
Yeah, that's why they're
not.
probably not making a third.
Yeah, the second season was a disappointment.
Yeah, it flopped. Well, not flopped. It just wasn't as good as the first.
Yeah,
That
because
was-
dude, that first season was so
yeah,
good.
I was so excited about the
Uh-huh.
second one, and then I got into it. I was like,
The
it's all
Deuce.
Uh huh.
Have you seen The
Yeah.
Deuce?
Right.
The Deuce. That one sounds.
That's actually it's a pretty good fucking show. But yeah, I mean that even shows shit like that. Like they actually show clips from porn in it.
Did
Because
they?
Yeah.
somebody goes into one of those booths that they had back in the 70s.
Oh
Shit.
yeah.
No, there was something called Hero-gasm on The Boys, and it was a whole bunch of like superheroes
yeah.
having an orgy,
Uh-huh.
and like someone
It's-
put a camera in the toilet, and you see that on the big screen.
Yeah.
They're fucking-
It's apparently like
Dude's
all the
asshole
C
and
and
balls
D
and shit. It's
listers.
like-
They do it every year. Like they
Yeah.
get together for this big ass orgy.
Yeah, that did not. I mean,
weird.
they're greeted by
Yeah.
a giant cock that slithers out like a
Oh, I
snake.
know,
when they
dude.
knock on the door, and this cock just slithers over to him like a fucking snake.
Like
and
the
wraps
biggest
around his
fucking
dude's like,
cock
get
in the
that thing
world."
off me right now.
Dude,
fuck
it's
is
so
going on?
goddamn
That's
funny.
funny, dude. I was like,
so
wow, I
funny.
can't believe they're getting away with it. But of course they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of live action Adult Swim cartoons
Kind
Yeah,
of.
from
kinda,
like 10
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Honestly, it kind of does.
Yeah.
Actually, I
Yeah.
totally get
that's,
that. Yeah.
That's how Adult Swim shit
Uh-huh.
was.
They were fucking
Which
crazy.
is funny
like
to
that.
me because it was on Cartoon Network, which
It
is
was.
which
I
is for
know.
fucking
Aeon
children.
Flux and all that. Was that one Aeon Flux? Or
I
Aeon
think
Flux?
Aeon
that was
Flux
MTV.
an MTV.
Yeah.
thing.
Was that MTV?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that one being really.
No, but
That was a weird
raw,
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Adult Swim had like Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
Yeah,
Squid
that was
Billies,
funny,
and
yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other. There's a shitload of them.
Brack. No, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Was
Yeah, I
another
think
one.
that might
And
have
the
been one
Brack
too.
Show was another one I really
Um,
liked. Brack Show did really
was-
well.
Was Archer? No, Archer was.
Archer was
FX.
FX.
Was that FX?
Yeah, yeah.
Archer was great.
Archer's great.
I'd like to see someone else pick that up and do a little
Archer?
bit more with it. Yeah.
They
Uh-huh.
did it for a while.
For a
too.
while,
Like,
yeah.
last year, I think they did another.
Didn't they bring it
No,
back?
they're,
for a
yeah,
little
they're
bit?
still doing it. I'm just
Yeah.
saying if they did a little bit more.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Where they
more
could just do
nudity,
whatever the fuck they
yeah,
wanted.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they had a different. Other than FX, someone else bought it. And actually,
I just love.
it'd be
I
fucking great.
Yeah.
I love how
Imagine
also.
what they could get away with.
Oh
Holy
my god!
shit.
Now,
Well,
anything.
The one thing I do love about that show though is like, all the threads kind of go throughout the episodes. Like
Mhm.
it's not just a cartoon. Like some cartoons, it's like the new episode has nothing to do with the last one, and nothing ties in.
Yeah.
This it plays out like a series.
Yeah, if you
Like an actual
If
series.
you watch the entire series, you get some of the jokes in the later ones.
Yeah,
Like,
you
oh,
you,
shit.
you remember
Yeah.
things from the very first episode that
Mhm.
they're referencing in the 31st episode.
her and her great big strong hands.
Yeah.
He always
Well,
comments.
remember
on
when
that
they
one.
became fucking coke addicted country singers?
Pam was just fucking eating it by the handful.
Wasn't she using it to make like cakes and shit or
She
something
was
like
going
that? I mean,
nuts with
fucking
that
crazy.
shit. I remember that too. Yeah.
Dude, that show, yeah. Well, and I actually
Super
talk
skinny,
talk
too.
about funny shows. Rick and Morty season 6.
Great one.
Yeah.
In September.
Really?
I haven't even gone
Awesome.
through the fifth season.
I haven't.
yet.
I watched it
Yeah,
all.
I don't know if
It's a
I've
great
seen
show.
any of
Oh
it.
my God. The first
So
first
good.
season I didn't get much into it, and the second season it got progressively funnier and funnier.
Dude, and the writing is just
Yeah.
fucking sharp. The whole
Quick,
every episode, man.
quick. If you're
yeah.
not paying attention, you miss a lot of the
Absolutely,
fucking jokes.
definitely.
But when you catch the jokes, like, oh my God, that's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
And there's just a lot of really cool
I
creative
still hate
ideas in it too.
I still
you know?
hate the people that go, "It's the smartest show ever."
I wouldn't agree with
see,
that.
Fucking hate
that
those
was
people.
That was the only thing that kept me from watching it, is because
God.
there's a douchebag that I know, and you know him too. He talked about it all the time, and I did not
Yeah.
want to watch it because this guy's a fucking douche.
Oh,
And I
really?
was like, I'm not gonna watch that show. I'm never gonna watch that show
Well,
because he likes it.
I
Now
just-
that I've seen it,
If
I'm
this
like,
guy
"Eh."
likes it, it must fucking suck.
That's where I was at. It's like, I'm not gonna be
That's
that
how
douche.
Archer was for me. It was
Was
the
it?
same thing.
Yeah.
Was
the
it?
Same thing. Somebody, you have to watch this. Fuck you. I'm not gonna watch this
Yeah,
shit.
That's kind of what I mean.
And then I watched it, and I'm like, God damn it, it's fucking. good."
Yeah, that's what I was. I was the same.
But
way
there's also another
Piece
thing when
of
it comes
shit's
to
got a point. It was
Yeah.
good.
There's also another thing that when it comes to cartoons, like for me, I have to like the art of the cartoon also.
That's a big part
I'm
of
the
it,
same
too.
way.
Yeah.
Because I also like comics and stuff like that. And if I don't like it, I won't touch it. I
yeah.
won't get into it.
If I can't follow the art, I'm like,
Yeah.
eh.
Mhm.
I don't
Well, there's
care what
several
It's
the
gotta
like that.
draw
like
me
are.
in.
But they're more like teenager style, like Adventure Time. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that one's more of a.
But that's still more aimed at
I like
an
how it's
adult
done.
audience. I
Yeah, there's
think.
some adult stuff to it, but more of the the older teenagers get into that shit.
Yeah.
I've
What
noticed.
show?
Adventure Time?
I've never seen it.
Well, there's a long list of stuff that I mean, hell, Amazing Gumball.
I haven't seen that.
That's a
one.
kid show, but oh my God, it is fucking hilarious.
Is
I
it?
can't- Oh my, yeah, it's great. My kids love it too, but it's simple and stupid, and the guy who does
I thought you were
Brack's
just
voice.
describing yourself.
Who is it? Brack. The guy who does Brack's voice does the father's voice in this Amazing Gumball, and he's just an idiot. It's like a Homer Simpson's type,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
father figure, and the son's a cat, and the other son's a fish. It's
Now, are they actually
insane.
cats and fish, or do they
Yeah.
just identify as such?
No, they're all. It's like
It's true if it's a
everything's
newer
weird
show.
thing. Like their school counselor's a cloud.
That's weird.
Yeah, and students are like one's a coconut, another one's a pencil, banana. It's like just weird.
I've heard that they're trying to do a reboot for Quantum Leap.
I heard
I
that,
didn't hear that.
and I think it's going to be an awful idea.
Oh, probably.
They need to just stop rebooting things. They need to stop remaking
It
things.
would be awesome if they just came up with an original idea.
That would be great.
You know, or even a spin
or
on
even
something.
yeah, or maybe
Well,
just
I'd say
try to do
90%
something
of it's
new.
Shakespeare. I mean,
Well,
most,
yeah.
most of it's all based off of Shakespeare plays.
That's one of the reasons why I loved what was the movie
Yeah.
so much. I loved that movie
Yeah.
because it's a Shakespeare story, modern times, but they didn't do stupid shit.
like they did with Romeo and
I
Juliet.
fucking
that was a
hated
fucking
that
joke.
movie.
Yeah, I fucking
I
hated
hate
that one too.
every chick that I know from that watched that at that time was
Yeah.
I love this movie.
Oh,
I was like,
Romeo
"You're
and Juliet?
a
Yeah,
fucking
it was
moron.
so fucking
This is the dumbest
stupid.
shit I've
Yeah.
ever
You're
seen.
talking about the one with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they try to
Yeah.
keep the whole Elizabethan language or whatever.
It
and
was
But with the
fucking
modern
terrible.
day stuff
Yeah.
like cars
they
and
cut
everything.
out
Yeah.
so much.
And my
of the
sword.
dialogue, too.
My sword, and they're holding a fucking
Gun.
a gun
Yeah.
of some sort.
It's like-
You know,
You bite your tongue.
Jesus.
You bite your thumb at me. I bite my thumb at you. And all this. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
yeah.
It just didn't. Yeah, I know what you mean. It
But
doesn't.
that's why I
work
liked
with
Oh
that.
so much because
Yeah,
they took
was
it.
pretty- That's what I
know,
mean. When
yeah.
they take it and make it modern and actually use our dialect for it, it
Yeah,
makes it
or-
really enjoyable.
Even if they do it in that style of talk,
who was it,
bring it back to that time.
Look, and the
Uh,
thing is, like I said, hey, Shakespeare's one thing, but like, do we really need a fucking remake of Quantum Leap? The original show was awesome. Why do we need a remake?
Remember
It still
him
has my favorite.
when
fucking
he was a
thing.
retard?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Look
What?
that up.
Am I retarded?
Look it up.
Oh,
dude.
I know what you're
Look it
talking. I
up.
know
You
the
have
scene.
to fucking play it. It is the best thing ever.
A Down syndrome kid looking in the mirror, just fucking.
It's because he's trying to. He's in somebody else's body trying to help his brother work on his car, and he keeps handing him things like a banana and a fucking, like he pulls a stick out of a tree. He's like, no, I need a fucking wrench,
That's the funny gift.
and he's like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
All right, hey, here it is.
Okay.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
we want to watch the whole scene, or
No,
just for context,
just
or
the
just the
15
moment?
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here, I'll do the setup. Like he's doing, he's helping his brother with the car, and he keeps asking for like a certain wrench and shit. He keeps handing him things like a banana or fucking,
Yep.
like here's a hammer. It's like I don't need a fucking hammer. and he'll drop things out of nowhere, and he's just looking around like, why am I doing this? Like he's, and then he goes in to the house, and this is where it is.
It's funny that you bring this up. I saw this episode like 2 months ago on TV.
It's the fucking best.
I'm retarded?
And then he goes looks in the mirror. It's the fucking best. Dude, it's one of my favorite fucking
I'm
scenes.
retarded? And he opens it up and there he is. Oops, it's playing again.
Retarded?
He's wearing a Bullwinkle shirt.
I'm retarded?
Just the guy's face when he sees it in the mirror.
Yeah.
He's so
How
disappointed.
upset he is.
I almost was hoping that he would have had one of those fucking twirly hats with a fucking propeller on top,
Oh my goodness.
looking like he's fucking oh god, what is that?
Hey,
hot
Paul.
dog on a stick?
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
he's a
Paul
hot dog
got
on a
me
stick
a
working-
banana. Son, that's a
How
hot
will they
dog
do-
on a stick.
You're right. There's probably no way they could really successfully reboot that. I mean, unless
Not in that.
what
There's
they
no
do
way they
that
can do
way.
that
well,
one.
I mean, what was cool about Stranger Things is that they brought the whole '80s back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
did really well with it.
but
too.
they also
Yeah.
made more of an original-ish
They
idea,
did.
and the only the reason I say ish, when did fucking
Well, that song from the last episode is all over on the
I haven't
fucking
seen
radio
it.
now.
I haven't seen it.
They're playing it all
When-
the goddamn time.
I haven't
I
heard
don't
it.
listen to the radio.
I've only watched the
either.
first couple episodes
hate
of
the
the new
radio.
season.
Yeah.
You
Well,
like the radio.
Well, I like to listen to music when I'm working now. Yeah.
Yeah, you can also use your phone to listen to music you like.
No, I don't want to do that.
I mean, because that would work.
No, it's just I don't like setting that all up. It's just easier to go to local stations. and
Ugh,
listen to it and
gross.
let it
Man,
just
I haven't done
randomly
that
play.
since like high school.
But
Man,
that one
You're all
song,
living
yeah.
like a homeless guy,
I guess.
having to listen to fucking radio stations and shit.
I don't mind it. It's
Still trying to pick it
it's
up on his
nice.
fucking back tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds terrible.
And it's all over on TikTok too. This song.
But
and this
they-
is done in the '80s.
So what was the what came first? Was oh fuck. What is the name of that damn movie? It's the one where the aliens came down, but you got to be quiet.
Oh.
Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Yes.
That
They
one,
made a
right?
second one too.
No, but when
Yeah.
did the first one come out? Because those
Uh,
aliens look an awful lot like the fucking the main bad guy in the first
Yeah,
season.
the Demogorgon.
The Demogorgon, yeah.
You're right, they do.
Which came, they look almost identical.
You know what?
Which
Let's
came
find
first?
out.
And it would be weird if they both came out at the same time
no,
and
I
just didn't
think
know
I
each
think
other.
Quiet Place came out after.
Well, it came out in I think 2017, so that's like 5 years ago.
I don't know.
So season 1 of Stranger Things came out July 15th, 2016.
Okay.
And
A Quiet Place came out after that. I think it was like 2020.
No. 2020? No.
Just
April 6th, 2018. So 2 years after the first
Okay.
season of Stranger Things.
And it is
Quiet Place
possible.
came
Well,
out.
and it is possible though that they both wrapped shooting right around the same time because movies do sometimes sit on a
They do.
longer release schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So
Some
who
of them will
knows?
sit on the shelf. We talked
So
about
you
it
said
before.
But
But
they
they
do
used
bought
on
the
the shelf for
costume
years.
and brought it over to the other set, the studio.
Yeah, they just fucking said, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's that thing?"
That looks
Yeah,
pretty neat.
monster,
Bring it over
guys.
here. We need, well, they did get it. Wasn't it crowdfunded? A Quiet Place. John
I think he
Krasinski's-
did it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
he-
think he did it himself.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did that himself.
And it was he's good. He's a good writer.
Yeah.
I think it was great. I guess they're doing a prequel soon too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
That'd
the
be
next one
interesting.
that they're gonna do. There's a prequel to Quiet Place. I think when it all fucking started and shit.
oh, that'd be interesting to see how that went down.
Yeah, because they kind of showed in the second one. They show like glimpses of what
yeah,
happened.
what the
where-
life was like prior to.
Well, not just life, but when you finally see something happen in coming out of space and shit, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" Looks
Yeah.
like nukes coming down or some shit, but it's not.
Yeah, they've kind of like hinted at things and shown
well, they
little
did the same
scenes.
thing with the Cloverfield. They made it like
Uh-huh.
that jumped all over the fucking place.
I still haven't seen that.
So the
Well, there's
I heard it
several
was
of them.
good.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was
the first one.
The first one was okay. I liked the idea of like I actually liked the idea of kind of seeing through people's eyes while the Godzilla-like creatures destroying
I
a
like
city.
I like
you
that
know?
South Park made fun of it, but they did it with giant hamsters.
That was
And-
a
Well,
good
there
one.
was-
I
there
remember
was-
that one.
And you've got Randy constantly fucking putting the camera in everyone's face, and his wife goes, "Get that fucking thing out of my face! Why do you keep doing that?" And he's doing it long before the fucking shit even happens. pissing everybody off.
Well, they
and
did.
he's shaking it like the fucking
like
movie.
they do in the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then there was 2 others, right?
Yeah, there was one with John Goodman.
Yep, and I've seen that one, and that one. So that one was it was an interesting movie on its own, but I feel like it had nothing to do with the original Cloverfield because
It was just outside. It was the life of the bunker that was protected.
yeah.
From it, you know?
But when she gets out, the aliens in that are totally different. They're like flying spaceships around, not like a big monster.
But don't they do that though in a lot of different movies? I mean, like look at the Blair Witch versus Blair Witch 2.
Oh God,
Jesus.
that was like they were like
Blair
totally
Witch
different movies.
was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the original was it was like it birthed the
well,
fucking found footage.
The one thing I
style.
loved about that movie is like I purposely tried to convince myself as much as possible, knowing tried suspending the disbelief
Yeah.
that this is 100% real found footage.
Yeah.
well, they did
Before
a press
going in-
junket prior to.
They
remember?
tried
they
They
to.
had people doing interviews. and
Not,
shit
not
like
just that,
going
they
on.
also had a website
Yeah.
that
With
they
like-
put up.
yep,
and
and-
made it look like that website had been around forever.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is a big conspiracy
And
that's
I
been going
rem-
on in the Northeast.
Yeah, and I remember part of the advertising campaign, they were putting out, like, you'd see those missing posters of the actors,
Yeah.
you know, because they were supposedly still missing.
But they those actors actually played it really well. They
Yeah.
made it seem like this is how real people would have reacted in this
Yeah.
situation.
They did a good
Thinking,
job.
I'm going on this ghost chasing
Yeah.
thing. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
yeah.
weird things start happening.
And then all of a sudden they're standing in a corner.
Yeah.
And, well, and the thing
You don't even
is,
see a goddamn thing.
what's
No,
yeah,
that's
Nothing
why it's so
scary about
good.
the whole
That
fucking
was
thing.
what was
That's
so
why
cool about
that's
it.
why it was so
Yeah.
good. That's one of the reasons why old horror movies
way better.
are so good compared to the new
Yeah.
ones, because the new ones will show you things.
Yeah, like
And
the
you're-
new Blair Witch, that newer one they made not too long ago,
Did
that
they
remake.
show that?
They show the Blair Witch like the last like quarter of the movie.
Yeah,
and she shows up everywhere, and it's
well-
like, dude, like
It's one of the reasons why, like, I think it's not Friday the 13th, but one of them where you don't even see the murders happen.
yeah,
You know,
Mhm.
it's kind of like Hitchcock did a lot of shit
right,
like that.
right.
Hitchcock would do a lot. I mean, obviously the birds, you see the birds
Yeah.
attacking people, but in other movies that he had, it would be you wouldn't actually
Psychological-
see the thing happen.
Yeah,
You would just feel the tension of of
Mhm.
it getting to that point, and then it would be quick and gone.
Well, yeah.
Well, like,
leaves you to your imagination.
in Psycho,
Yes.
when
And
the
that's
you
why
know
it's good.
the famous shower scene in Psycho.
Yeah,
Not one time do you ever see the woman actually being stabbed. You
No.
only see the blood
That's
coming
why I
down,
like-
and you see the hand with the knife coming down, and then that sting that, you know, it's
Yeah.
like the
And that's-
editing's
that's-
so perfect.
that's why I'd like to think that she made it out, man.
yeah, you know,
She's
hey,
just fine. He was
Yeah.
cutting her a cake,
yes,
Yeah, no, wait.
and it was her time of the
Well,
month.
that was chocolate
the
syrup
whole
they used for
movie
the
was
blood.
actually about how back alley abortions are bad, and so
They did a second one where it was a prequel to it, and it was Norman Bates as a kid and how he got so
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
I hate those.
And it was pretty good. It had
Well, they kind of did that with Rob Zombie did that with what is it?
House of a Thousand Corpses.
No. He did with
Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh,
I
didn't
hated
know
his.
that.
I hated his Halloween films.
I didn't see.
Yeah, they were okay, but he went more for the gore fest than,
Yeah, that's what he always
than
did.
for the
Yeah,
psychological
and
shit.
also another thing I didn't like, he made Michael Myers this gigantic brute, and Michael Myers was not some big buff burly
No, he's not-
badass.
he
He
wasn't-
was a regular
Well,
guy.
That's what Jason Voorhees turned
Jason
into. too.
Voorhees. Yeah, he
Yeah.
No,
also
he turned into it.
You're right.
He,
He,
was.
did turn
He was
it.
never that.
That's
in the
true.
early ones. He was a tall dude,
tall,
but he was never
Yeah.
this monster.
You're right.
Dude.
He wasn't.
He became this monster.
He became
sized
that.
dude.
But that's what Rob Zombie did with in his Halloween movies. Is they got this big giant buff actor to play Michael Myers. It's like, dude, Michael Myers was never that big. It was the
Yeah.
fact that he's a shell for this evil. You know, there's
Yeah.
no human left in him. You
Yeah.
know, he may as well be just instinct going out killing. You know,
He just murders.
yeah.
You know, because he couldn't kill his whole family.
Yeah, it's
That's
one of
right.
those ones that I never watched any of them.
I
Oh.
didn't. I started watching them when I was with Lynn. And,
Yeah.
You know, I was never a horror movie person.
I'm a
yeah,
big horror fan.
neither was I.
And
I
it's
never
not because
watched
I'm
any of
like,
the Friday the
"Oh, no, I'm
13th
gonna be
or Hellraiser
scared."
or any of those. I never watched.
I liked
any of them.
Hellraiser.
I loved them
though.
all.
Yeah.
I
I
loved them.
I like the Hellraisers though.
Yep.
For some reason,
I
Pinhead.
couldn't watch them.
Yeah,
I
it was my
like-
dad's fault.
well,
I watched him with him all the time when I
So
was a kid.
the reason I got into the Hellraiser stuff is like my parents again like that they wouldn't let me watch that shit. But my friend Chris, he would be at his dad's house on the weekends, and his dad's like, "Hey, you're at my house. Do whatever the fuck you want."
Awesome.
And he had a man cave down in the basement, which was fucking awesome.
Alright.
Dude, it was like almost a different house down there. It was great. I mean, the bars on the doors were weird, but no, just
Spent lube everywhere was odd.
it was weird, and he had this rack type thing that but we watched I think the first one down there, and I thought the idea of how this curse came about was fucking cool when he opened Pandora's box, because I think that's what they actually called it, was Pandora's box, right?
Yeah, and then they gave it a name to it. It was like the later on they
glaive
named
or
it like the
something like
Lamarck. It was like the Lamarckian configuration or something.
Yeah, because I think originally it was just Pandora's box.
It was just yeah.
And so, but his curse was that he was, he came back to life, but he had to have flesh, but in a different way than like eating it and stuff like that to survive. And he was escaping hell is what it was.
Yeah.
And that's why Pinhead was like, no, we can't have that. And Pinhead's thing was like fucking chains with hooks on it and shit and fucking rip you apart. So that was kind of cool because it just, I don't know, it seemed different.
Well, they didn't have computer animation and all that.
No, they had to do weird
it was
practical effects.
All
practical
practical
effects. I do appreciate
Dude,
that.
you know what? That's an art, man, and I love that stuff. I really appreciate the practical
Poltergeist
effects.
where dude was ripping his face off.
Oh,
That
dude,
stuff
I
with me
remember
when I was
that
a kid
scene.
for so fucking long. He's pulling chunks of skin off his face.
Yes.
Oh my
Another one that
God.
people talk about, I still haven't seen the movie, but it was, I think, American Werewolf in London. When
the
when he
transformation.
transforms.
Yeah, they say that's like the best.
It still is.
Yeah, the best whatever real effects.
Practical.
Done. Yeah,
Practical
well, next to the
effects.
Fly. I think the Fly. Had
Ooh,
a
The
bunch
Fly
of-
was good, too.
They had a bunch of awards for that
Yes,
one.
The Fly was good.
That was fucking.
That was
gross.
That was
Cronenberg.
like, what, 1982 or something like that?
Yeah. And around that same time, The Thing came out, and that was an amazing special
Oh,
effects
man,
movie.
The
Fucked
Thing
up, I
was
still have not
fucking up.
seen The Thing.
Really?
Yeah, the original.
Oh,
Don't
God.
watch it. Well, watch
The
whenever
John
you want.
Carpenter one
Yeah,
from the
John
80s is
Carpenter
so
was
good.
Really fucking good.
Some of the best old school special effects.
I remember
Yep.
playing the video game on one of the
PlayStation 2,
Was
I
it
think.
PlayStation 2?
Yeah. I remember that game.
That game was fucking great.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
for
you-
one, you
Uh-huh.
had to actually get your guys to have like a good morale.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, they'd turn against you.
Well, also,
And
one of them could be The Thing. So
That's
you
the
have to
other
give
thing.
blood tests
Yeah,
to
yeah.
them and shit to prove whether
That was-
one of them
that was the
real
other
or
thing
not.
that was about the
I
game.
remember playing Friday the 13th on the Atari.
I remember
What the
those
fuck?
games.
I remember
man.
Pitfall.
Yeah, no, this was you were actually at the lake, and
Yeah.
then the last bad guy was some floating face that you had to shoot with a slingshot or
Yeah,
something.
because that
like
was in the movies.
Yeah, it was his mother or something.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, but
that.
it was his mother originally anyway. That's why the rest of them don't make
Hey,
any sense.
witch
Isn't that
lady.
the one where like you're running around as a camp counselor and you're going to all these like cabins and like
Yeah.
Jason will show up once in a while and like you're trying to save kids or something?
You're trying
like
to-
that,
yeah,
kids
and-
or
and
whatever.
I
Jason's
want
trying
to
to
say it
s-
was Atari, or it could
I
have
think
been
it's
Nintendo.
regular.
You know
It might have been regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
think
Yeah.
maybe we're looking at this whole Jason thing a little bit wrong. Maybe what actually happened is, you know how he always kills the camp counselors 1st?
Mhm.
I think they were trying to molest the kids, and he was trying to save them.
Oh, well, that's-
So maybe he's actually a good guy.
we could revisit
He's actually
it.
killing these pedophile
Yeah,
counselors.
that's the whole fucking thing, and everybody missed it. Everybody's like, no, he's this really bad
Well,
guy.
it's because we're seeing it from the perspective of the counselors, so we're only
Yeah,
seeing
they're
them seeing it as
lying
they're
about
the
it the
good
whole time.
guys. Yeah, they're unreliable narrators.
Actually, you want to know what my favorite horror movie of all time is?
Hmm.
April Fools.
Is that the one from the 80s?
Yes.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Have you ever seen that one?
Long time
Watch
ago.
it. That
Yeah.
one's good.
Yeah, pretty scary.
It's the reveal that's the best.
Yeah.
It's the fucking. It's my favorite.
All right, I like those styles too.
Yeah, the reveal makes the whole movie worth it. It's
Alright.
you know how like in some movies you're like, okay, like 4 Rooms, right? 4 Rooms is like an okay thing until the fucking last scene, and then it makes the whole movie
Yeah.
even better. Like it just makes the whole movie. You're like, oh, this shitty night ends up being fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But also still has a twist. You know, so it's kind of like that.
What was that horror film from the 80s where the girl ends up turning out to be a guy, and like at the very end they show her with her pants off and her dick's hanging, and she's like with a knife after she's
I've
killed a
heard
bunch of
about
kids.
that
That was in
one.
the 80s.
What was
I
it?
think that was the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 70. It was either late 70s, or early 80s. I think it was Sleepaway Camp.
Actually, it's just a.
I
fucking-
might have
remember
been
that one.
Sleepaway
Yeah, I
Camp.
remember
Yeah.
that vividly. 'cause-
Dude, I remember the ending always stuck with me. It was
It's
just
actually
like fucking
Kevin's
like
porn
scary,
research.
dude. Like, yeah, she looked just crazy,
fucking
dude.
wild.
Yeah.
See, I like the
Remember
reverse.
Uh-huh.
I like the reverse of that one. The one where the chick ends up, pretending to be the dude the entire movie, and then shows her tits at the end. That was a better one.
That was Dungeons and Dragons, wasn't it?
No, no, it was an '80s movie. I can't remember the name of it though.
Huh.
Oh,
You know what
when
I'm
she's
talking
pretending
about.
to be a guy.
Yeah, and she goes to another school. She's like a
Porky's?
journalist.
Does she have like the short
Yes.
black hair?
Yes. And then
I
she's
know what you're
wearing a
talking about.
tuxedo at the end, and then fucking shows her tits.
Yeah, and like she became best friends with with one of the
Well,
guys
the guy
there.
that she was into.
Yeah, she got into him, but yeah, exactly.
And
I
you
remember
know,
that. I don't remember what it was.
And it's funny because it's like vaguely gay because like
Yeah,
she
she
always
keeps
does.
hitting on him or
Well,
something
she
like
always
that.
does something that's like just a little across the line.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
dude? You trying to fuck
I think
me?
I
What
do
the
remember
fuck?
that one.
Yeah, I
What
can't remember
was
the name of
that
that
movie,
movies.
man?
Great
Yeah.
80s movies.
Dude,
and
there were a
stuff like
lot
that.
of good 80s
Weekend
movies.
at Bernie's was
Weekend at Bernie's.
I love that
Weekend at
movie.
Bernie's 2 is like okay.
Yeah.
The first one's awesome.
Yeah, that one did really well. I
Um,
mean, I revisited it. It's like,
You know what's
okay.
fucked up though about Weekend at Bernie's 2? It's like a year later.
Still got his
this,
corpse is
This
just
fucking
fine.
corpse should not be like it should be like half skeleton and
Yep.
shit, fucking running around.
Preserved him
Hey.
quite well.
That's
Just one of the guys.
Yeah,
that's
just
the
one of the
See?
guys. That's what it was.
That's,
That's
a fucking
her right
that's a,
there.
I like that movie. That
Yeah,
was a
that
cool movie.
yeah. That's her and her. That was
Who was her interest in
I
that?
remember
I
that.
can't remember the actor's name. It wasn't.
It was this guy, the dude
I
right here
don't
that's standing next to her. Right
I
here,
don't-
this guy.
Was it that dude?
I think so.
That dude that's like 35 in
yeah,
high school?
Yeah, but wasn't
all
that
were.
supposed to be?
I know.
Isn't that like her best friend, her best guy friend? She ends up.
I don't know.
I
I think
whatever.
I think that actually he might have been the dude that knew who she was all the time.
Oh yeah, I
Because there was
think you're
one.
right.
There was that one dude
There's
that
the one person that
and
knew.
he was like, "Yeah, this is a bad idea."
yeah,
And she's like, "No, you know, because you always have to have that quirky person in there."
uh-huh. The person was like, "Don't do this," and then
Yeah.
by the end they're like, "Oh, I should have listened
Well,
to
then,
you."
there was another '80s movie that had one of my favorite fucking lines of all time, for just for funniness. And God, what one was it? Was it the movie with Val Kilmer, the Genius movie or whatever? I don't
Real
know if
Genius.
I don't know if it's that movie or not. But the guy, as he's walking with one of his friends, he's like, "Yeah, I jerk off so much in the shower that when it rains, I get a hard on." And just one of the funniest lines out of a movie that I've seen, and it's just great. But I think it's from Real Genius, and I might be wrong.
They
Real
put that,
genius.
They put
Yeah.
that mic in his fucking braces. This
Yeah.
is Jesus. Stop playing
Or
with
the-
yourself.
Or the gigantic popcorn shit
Yeah,
at the
that was
very
fucking
fucking
cra-
end.
yeah, that was really cool.
But that's the thing. That movies had like a goofiness. to
Yeah.
them. Like comedies had this crazy goofiness. Now
They were
now
fun.
It's weird that like everything nowadays seems to like it has to have a message.
Yeah.
It's got to be
It can't just
PC.
be, it's
and-
not even that it has to be PC, but it has to have a message.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like, why does it have to have a message? That's why I like Don't Be a Menace so much, because they would always do that fucking
Message! Yep.
Yes, where
Yeah.
you do the message and
Making fun of it.
fucking making fun of the whole idea
Yeah.
that everything has to have a
I like
message.
that
in it.
Yeah.
his father was younger than him.
Yeah.
All right, time to go to bed. Did you brush your teeth?
It's like
Yeah.
it's like what was the message of just one of the guys? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it'd be funny to make a girl pretend to be a guy and go and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's the message right there. That's all
Well,
there is.
They've gotten it loud and clear now.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But that's all they needed though. That's all they still need. And
Well, yeah, there was police academies. All of
those
those
were
two.
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking great. Every
Yeah.
single one of them.
uh-huh. I love the Police
They
Academy
didn't
movies.
put much of a message in any
And
of
Rick
those.
Moranis was in everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back in
dude.
the day, dude.
Yeah. Well,
I
And speaking
miss
of
that
Val
guy.
Kilmer, have you seen what he looks like now?
well,
Yeah,
but
he had throat cancer.
Man.
God,
You can't even talk.
that's what I mean. That's
Yeah,
tragic
it's really
as fuck.
sad, man. Dude, Val Kilmer was probably one of my favorite actors when I was
Yeah, he was
growing up.
amazing.
My favorite role of
Yeah.
his is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Ah, I fucking love that
Heat.
movie.
Gay Perry.
I
Heat.
fucking love
No,
that
Gay
movie.
Perry
Yeah.
is way better.
He's so amazing. He was
he's
amazing in
Great,
Heat. Yeah.
But Gay Perry is the funniest
Gay
fucking
Perry's
I'll have
character.
to see it. I haven't
awesome.
seen it. So
He's
kiss, kiss,
so
bang,
great.
bang.
It's got Robert
He's
Downey Jr.
He's like, so why do they
Val
call you
Kilmer.
Gay Perry? He's like, I don't know, man, probably because I'm knee deep in pussy.
Yeah. Dude,
He's amazing.
The
in it.
script
he's
of that
this, like,
movie's so sharp.
condescending cunty queen the
Yeah. I
entire
can
fucking
dig it.
time. It's great.
I can dig it.
And
the
who
writing's
else-
so good in that
yes.
movie.
Who else is in it? What's that chick's name? I never-
Michelle Monaghan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Michelle Monaghan's
She's
in it.
gorgeous
She's
in
fucking.
that.
She's gorgeous in it. She's great in it. Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. He's the main character.
God, I love him.
I mean, the three main characters are her, Robert Downey Jr., and Val Kilmer. Those
Yeah.
are the three main characters.
And a bunch of other people show up in
There's
it,
a
too.
bunch that are in
Yeah.
it, but those are the three main characters, and they're
So-
all great. in
Yeah. Oh, dude. And the script's written by Shane Black. He's the guy that actually wrote the Lethal Weapon movies.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
it. I think this is even funnier.
I
and
agree.
way
But
better.
you kind of get where the writing, sort of
that
see the
sucked, though,
writing style, you
when-
know, similarities.
The thing that sucked though is I think Kiss Kiss Bang Bang would have been a bigger hit.
I think
had
so
it
too.
come out 10 years later
Yeah.
with all the streaming and everything else.
And also had better advertising, because that's
Yeah,
one of the
'cause it
reasons
had
why
bad
that movie.
advertising at the time.
Mhm. That's
I
why the
only
movie
found-
didn't hit it off.
Well, I
so
only
well.
found out about it when it came to like HBO or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And I was like, wait, what the fuck is this?
Mhm.
I think it just popped up. You know how I don't know if it's new releases or recommended to you.
Yeah.
Or some weird shit.
Random
like-
ones will just pop up. Yeah.
And I was like, or no, I think I was just scrolling through,
Mhm.
but because they had streaming, but not really like you could
Yeah.
watch a movie here and there.
Mhm.
They didn't have everything on there.
Mhm.
But I think I was just randomly going through, and I saw it kind of at the beginning, and
Yeah.
something caught my attention that was funny.
And they're like, okay, I gotta watch this.
And I'm
whole
like,
thing.
all right, let's keep going.
See, when I discovered it, it was back when I still worked at Hollywood Video, and I remember we got it in on the shelves, and there was only 2 copies for the whole store.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just like most movies like that of that caliber would have gotten like a whole wall full.
Yeah.
But because of the advertising and all that stuff, people just
But it was
missed
so
it.
fucking funny.
It was so good. So good.
And it's one of those like almost film noir
Yeah.
whodunits.
Which just adds character to it,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's a nod to that genre.
Uh-huh.
I mean, obviously they didn't do it in the stylized
No.
versions,
Mhm.
but yeah,
What he did was he took it and he made it. He went somewhere else with it. He
Yeah.
took a different approach to it. That's what people can.
Yeah.
You know, if more people did that in Hollywood, more movies would be better.
Well, the weird thing is, it's kind of it. I know this is gonna sound weird, but it's similar to like 8mm in the way that the whodunit type thing.
Yeah.
That how
yeah.
that movie
Uh-huh.
is and 8mm is. Now
Yeah.
they're completely different.
Very
movies,
different movies, but
But the style of the whodunit and how
Yeah.
they figure it out and all
Uh-huh.
that shit. That's what
no,
I
I
love about
totally
it.
agree. It reminds me of like an old school detective film from like way
Oh,
back
dude,
in the day.
But I remember the controversy when 8mm came out.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
It's because of the subject
kids?
matter they handled.
That was the one with the kids?
No,
No, that-
the snuff film.
No, you're thinking of 16mm.
Oh.
Or is it 16mm or 32? The one,
I'm
the
not sure.
Spielberg movie.
Oh no, that's
It's not 8mm.
no,
obviously.
it's it's
like 16mm
16
or-
something like
I
that.
think it's
Oh,
16
it's Super 8. That's what
Oh,
it's
Super
called.
8.
That's
There
what
we
they
go.
called them back in the day. Was Super 8.
Well,
yeah.
Super 8 was okay. So
it was the reels,
yes.
the little reels people.
No,
you know,
Super
for
8
the-
was actually a type of video recording, like a tape.
right.
It wasn't the real type.
No, okay,
It was-
okay, but it was the kind that
It was the one that came out in the early 80s,
Yeah.
or mid 80s. I
The-
remember
the
having
consumer
one of those.
one, yeah.
I remember having because that's when
It was a
camcorders became
hotel, I
smaller.
thought.
Well, and a lot of
Super-
these. Well, the thing is, people like Steven Spielberg.
I thought
stuff,
it was a prison.
That's how they started
Super 8.
filming. Was on Super 8 shit. Like George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. They started their careers working with Super 8
Dude,
when they were
my
younger.
So my friend had one of those old. I think it's an 8mm.
The gun?
Yep, the gun. He had an 8mm gun.
The cannon, right?
Yeah,
Wow.
an
I
8mm
didn't get-
8mm
Get
cannon.
his hands on that.
Wow,
I didn't
that's
know
a
that-
really small cannon.
That's a tough one to
Not a
find.
very effective cannon.
Yeah.
8mm.
Yeah. I seen
no,
one
he had,
in a
he had-
movie.
He had one of those the old school ones that had like different variable speeds for it. You know,
Uh-huh.
so you can make it like to where it looked like really fast. You know how those old like,
Yeah.
black and white cameras
Yeah.
could do that shit.
Yeah.
So that's what he had, and we could never find the fucking film. It was like $35
Jesus.
for the film, and this is back
Old
in
film. Yeah.
back in '96.
And it's only become more expensive.
So do you know how? Yeah, do you know how much?
That's why
that'd have been like $200.
That's why a lot of filmmakers don't film on real film anymore, and they use digital because it's cheaper.
Well, and you can also make
Edited
effects.
a lot easier.
it's
look like
ways.
it.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I can do it with my phone. I actually did that. I recorded a game session of me doing my flight sim, my World War II flight sim, and then I set it up to where it's outside, so it looks like the gun camera. And then I made it black and white with the film looking like old school,
like film
black and white
grain or
film.
something.
Yeah, film grain.
That's awesome.
And where it would even have the little like black dots and shit pop up and all that.
That's so cool.
So it ended up looking like
almost like it could have been a real video.
Kind of like an old World War II fucking video
That's so badass.
of the gun cam.
And that's the kind of
It was
shit
fun.
that none of us would have
Sounds
had
fucking
back
stupid.
in the day.
Yeah.
You sound fucking stupid.
But the
No,
point
it's-
is, he
it's
can
clever.
he can do it with consumer grade shit. Now,
Yeah,
we
you
could
imagine having
never
these back
accomplish
in the
that
day and
then.
filming movies then. I mean,
Oh,
they'd
yeah.
be blown away by that.
Oh yeah,
And now we're
absolutely.
not doing it at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
Well, no, everyone's
Once in a
doing
while,
TikToks
someone will make
now.
a film off
Dude.
of them. Yeah.
you need to get the fuck off of that shit, man. Do you
The
know
TikTok?
Yeah,
TikTok's
listen to
awful.
the most recent. I don't know if it's the most recent, but one of the recent Joe Rogans where he's talking about it. Joe Rogan actually went and read the user agreement.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You agree to give everything to them.
Okay.
They can actually log you into other computers.
Yes, they can.
On their own.
Yep.
Neat.
It's because the Chinese own a big chunk of TikTok.
Dude, it's
They
already,
don't,
about,
they
already
don't
own
own,
a
they own TikTok.
They own the whole thing?
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't it
it's-
Tencent or something that owns them? That's the Chinese company.
Yeah, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying, those companies are still owned by the government.
Well, of course, yeah.
It's a fucking communist country.
Exactly. Everything's owned by
That
the government.
pretends that we've got capitalism.
Yeah, they like to
I'm like,
say
yeah,
they
but
have
you
a
guys-
hybrid system.
You guys also have some weird shit that I've seen in your fucking markets on the streets.
Oh, yeah.
Like people get mad and then chop each other up.
Well,
It's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
There's some crazy shit that happens there.
oh,
In
yeah.
China.
I
In Chi-
believe it.
Dude, the driving, top notch.
I
They don't
get it.
see anybody on bicycles or mopeds.
Yeah.
Oh, I just run people
Yeah.
over.
Why not?
Dude,
They were in the way.
man. Well, and Russia's got some of the
It's for the greater
craziest
good.
fucking drive cam
That's
shit.
why. That's why Russia. I think
It's for the greater
you
good,
legally
bro.
have to have a drive cam. in
No,
Russia,
you don't.
though.
But why?
It
Why
seems that way.
why everybody has it is because of the way that the laws work and like people pretending to get hurt by you running
Oh
them over.
yeah, we talked about this because
Yeah.
then you have to pay their medical bills.
Well,
or something
that's-
like that
I
if
think
they
that's
die, or you
China.
have to
But
use-
in Russia, there's some other weird things going on with that type
Yeah.
of thing.
Really?
Where they almost automatically, if somebody says that, you're, I don't know. I'm
they
assuming
hit
that.
me with a car. Oh,
But
okay.
now everybody has it, and you see some fucking crazy videos
Yeah.
come from that. I've watched videos that were like 35 minutes of just drive cams, and all it is like less than a minute long drive cams. So you're seeing like 50 clips in this fucking 35-minute
Damn.
video of just wild shit.
Yeah.
Like power lines that just happen to be in the middle of like a 5-way intersection.
Sinkholes, dude. I see those a lot too. Those
Dude,
are
did
fucking
you see the one
nuts.
recently in I think Israel?
Maybe.
Dude, people swimming in a pool. All of a sudden, a sinkhole pops up. One person just gone and missing forever now.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I didn't see that one.
It was fucking
That's
crazy.
fucking nuts. That's a real fear of mine. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but you're not in Brazil.
Yeah, I'm in America, but it's still at
Yeah.
the same time. There's sinkholes happen here.
Not as often.
Depends on where you're talking
They're
about.
over
though.
in Pick and Ferry nearby, just south of Ridgefield.
Yeah, Peak and
Half
Ferry.
the fucking road just left, just pieced out.
Yeah,
That's
not,
fucking
Well,
scary
it wasn't-
shit.
That's
Well,
not a sinkhole though.
They weren't paying it well
It's a
enough.
washaway, but
Nonetheless, imagine being on that, and all of a sudden you're just down a cliff.
yeah, but you wouldn't be sinking into a hole.
No, you'd be
Hence the
rolling
s-
down.
Hence the sinkhole part of your equation
It's still
here.
the same idea of what I.
It's
what
not
I
the same
consider to be
idea.
Fucking scary. As
You're getting
shit.
swallowed by the earth because the earth's like yum.
It's typically it's because like a burst pipe or something that eventually.
That's something that
erodes it.
happens, or
Yeah.
another thing that happens
Yeah.
is when they built it, they didn't fucking do it in the right spot.
Yeah.
I mean, the weird one was there was a sinkhole in I think it was Brazil because I think that's where like a lot of them seem to happen.
Yeah.
Is South America.
Yeah.
But there was one that it seemed to I think it swallowed up like half of a neighborhood.
Jesus.
Yeah, it just started and then just
Jesus.
half of a neighborhood gone.
That's
And then
what I
there was
mean,
another
dude.
one that I watched a video of. Somebody drives across the road and then the whole road just goes away.
Yeah, I
behind
saw
them.
that one, and the car behind him stopped. Fortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's what I mean.
Well, in places
That's
like that, I mean,
fucking
you got
nightmare,
jungle
dude.
everywhere, so I'm sure that just the climate, environment, and all that. That's
Yeah.
why you've got so much more sinkholes and things like
Aqueducts
that.
and all that shit underneath. That's what
Why,
I mean.
why would you think that the jungle has more of it? They don't build
Well, no, I mean
highways in the jungle.
Well, they still have to build them through and around. I mean, that whole continent is filled with jungle.
It's
I
a
mean,
jungle
just because they
itself.
developed over it and cut through things doesn't mean it's still not.
I don't know, man. I've
jungle.
seen like areas that there's no jungle at all.
Well, yeah, because they clear cut it, but the terrain is still that sort of terrain. It's still in the
Jungly.
same
Yeah,
environment.
it's very jungly.
It's very
still
jungly.
jungle-
Yeah, I don't know the
jungle-esque.
technical term, but it's I mean, the environment's still the same. The weather's still the same.
Well, the environment's absolutely not the same, but that's due to the fact that the jungle's no
Jesus,
longer
he's
there.
on a
Oh,
fucking
no.
roll. You're gonna
Well, what
argue
I'm
about
saying
every
is it's the
goddamn
same.
thing,
Just
don't
because
you?
they
Go for it.
clear cut
Keep going.
something doesn't mean the environment changes around it. The weather is not going to change
Well,
just because
that-
they clear cut a section
Okay,
of forest.
environment and weather are different.
Oh
Well,
my
still, I'm
God,
saying
Shane,
it won't
Jesus
change
fuck,
the
dude.
environment.
It does change the environment. It
Yeah,
doesn't
you
change
remove
the weather.
trees,
Yeah, but
not
it changes the environment.
but not noticeably to the point where
how do you think
sinkholes will just stop happening if
But
they're
why-
happening.
Wait, why do you think that the sinkholes are just happening randomly in the jungle?
I didn't say they were happening randomly
did
in the
say
jungle.
that.
No, I didn't.
You just inferred
I
it.
said that it
You're a
probably
fucking
happens
moron.
there more often because of the environment.
It's so dumb.
No,
I don't
you're
even
putting
know why
words in
he's
my
here.
mouth.
The only words that should be in your mouth are just you should shut the fuck up. How about that? How about you just shut the fuck up?
No! No, I'm not going to shut the fuck up.
we're a
I want to
program-
talk about the fucking sinkholes in the jungle.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wow.
We're
Usually when Kevin gets mad like this, there's a lot of like weird words that we shouldn't say on the
Yeah,
podcast that come out. It's
lot of-
always about Jews and black people.
Yeah.
I don't know why he does that.
Have I ever actually said any of those words on this podcast?
I mean,
It's
yeah,
racist.
I get it. You edit the podcast so it doesn't look like you say these words.
I edit all the bad things I say out.
No, I didn't like that. We'll fix that one.
We're gonna make it look like Tim said it.
let's turn Shane down a little bit. How about that?
It's just you and like just straight cut across your mouth, and it's just
hey,
it's all
guy.
South Park like.
Seriously, guy.
Come on, guy.
We'd probably do a lot better if we did it that way.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you just didn't talk. We dumped it
Yeah.
in later.
Well, I mean, half the show she
We-
can't even hear me anyway, so
We
it doesn't
write.
matter.
You can't hear you because you can't hear. I think
What?
you have a fucking problem. What?
I do have a problem.
Yeah.
Hearing in this ear is going out on me.
Is that right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Wow.
What?
You get used to it, though.
You've gone strong. What is this? 2 weeks now?
What? No booze?
No booze.
Good
4
job.
weeks now.
Wow.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Well, sucks.
Jinx, show me a Coke.
Fuck you.
It's fucking boring.
Yeah, you
dude.
can have the rest of it.
Life's boring as fuck.
There's nothing in it.
Oh, well, that's fucked.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try the other one.
That's fucked, too.
There's a little more in there. I spit in that one.
Yeah. There's all there is the backwash.
Yeah.
It's fine, Tim. I'm not actually spitting in his mouth. If he drinks it, he's drinking my spit.
There's that.
That's
again.
fine.
I don't need that.
He's right about
That's
that.
an image
Yeah.
that I just can't get out of my head.
You can't get it out of your head. Spit in mouth.
That's someone's breath.
Have you ever kissed someone?
Yeah, but I'm not spitting it.
What?
I'm
But
not
you're
sp- I'm not-
licking,
I'm
like,
not-
the
I'm
insides
It's
of their
the
mouth.
same fucking
No,
thing.
this
It's the
is-
same
this is-
concept.
This is airborne.
Air-
Going
what?
into your mouth.
What are you talking
Fucking
about?
disgusting. It's so fucking gross. That's taking something that's in your mouth, sending it airborne into another person's mouth, or vice versa.
No,
It's
you can actually
fucking
just sit
gross.
above them and spit directly in.
Huh? like a mama bird feeding her babies.
You can do the game. You know the old game you used to play. See how far your spit can go and suck it back up.
I think that's probably why I hate it so much. That's how my brothers tortured me and shit.
That's probably why, dude. That actually brings into question some of the things you like.
That's one of the things I
Yeah,
do
now
like.
next time you kiss a girl, man, that's what you're gonna be thinking about.
Oh, God.
Dude, it's gonna be hilarious when you do this and then you think about it and then you puke into her fucking mouth.
That's what I mean. She's,
Or you
she-
kiss her and
let me
then
spit in
gag
your
right
mouth.
immediately after.
Or she
She's
doesn't
like,
even ask.
What?
She just fucking does it.
Yeah. She just spits right in your fucking mouth.
Yuck.
And then slaps you and she's like, "You like that bitch?
No,
You like that bitch?"
It's like, oh, Tim, I had no idea.
Fucking gross, dude. Oh yeah.
Tim,
No.
wouldn't it be fucked up though if that scenario happened and you found out you were really into it?
That would be weird. I'm like, why
You're like,
am I
"This is
just-
so gross,
I
but I
mean-
am so hard.
Yeah, I don't
Why
know.
am I so hard?"
Ugh. Ugh. That's a far cry, but we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated, folks. Let you know how that goes down. If it
Speaking
ever
of
goes
Far
down.
Cry, I still haven't played the new one.
Nah.
I haven't either.
I got it on my PC, but no, I got the last one, not the new
The
one.
last
Fifth
one was
one.
good.
That's the one the last one I got.
The one where that Colt.
Yeah, the Colt one.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's too big.
It's too big.
Yeah, it's
you
too
played
big.
Elden Ring. It's way bigger.
Well, my thing too is I'm not used to keyboard and mouse again. I don't like playing first-person shooters with keyboard and mouse.
Wah.
That's
the
how I-
only way to play it. And
That
then
is
you're
the
like,
best
I
way
wanna
to play it.
The
Yeah,
worst
I
Most
possible way I
accurate.
can.
I know. It's just that's my thing for.
I like it
first-person
when I don't
shooters.
know where I'm aiming.
I can't play first-person shooters with a controller anymore
No.
because I'm
Well,
just
I was that way until
Third person
until the
I can.
Xbox.
third
came out.
person's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Xbox came out. Yeah, I haven't been able to get back
God,
to
man, I
keyboard mouse.
can't believe you
That's wild. I
sucking
know.
that cock.
Because I
Xbox
remember
cock.
the original
Yeah, you got
the
a
original
computer,
Call
you
of
don't need an
Duty I
Xbox.
played on PC. The original what was the other one? Medal of Honor I played on PC.
The old
Yeah.
ones were good.
And those and I
Actually,
I loved
the
those.
Mhm.
Medal of Honor, the Modern Warfare one was good too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't played the
The thing
Modern
that's-
Warfare
Oh, and
one.
Battlefield. I played that on the PC as
Those
well.
are good.
The
Yeah.
thing that sucked about that Medal of Honor one is like they just like fucking vanished after it.
They
Yeah.
did.
After the Modern Warfare one,
Yeah.
like you play this. You play some soldier throughout, but yeah, you're fighting in the Middle East, and they kind of try to make it a more realistic story, even though they do the same bullshit that the Call of
Yeah.
Duty games do.
Well, the
you
thing
get into an
is-
area where it's just an endless
Yeah.
wave of people.
Well-
I've killed 500 fucking guys.
Well, hell,
Can I get through?
I remember
No,
back
there's
in the
more.
day, it was like Medal of Honor and Call of Duty were like
Yep.
the two big
Those
shooters.
were the ones.
And then Counter-Strike was the other big one.
Well,
I
Counter-Strike,
did that one a lot
Yeah.
too.
Counter-Strike
Oh, yeah,
was
that's
the
a
number
great
one on PC.
PC, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
That's
yes.
when it started Steam, isn't it?
No.
No,
it didn't
but
start Steam. I mean, well,
Nah.
Steam I think started after it, but
yeah,
I don't think Counter-Strike started Steam. Steam they
yeah,
they
Counter
decided to.
Strike. It ended up being one of the most popular things on Steam, though, for sure.
Well, yeah, because I mean it's actually a Steam product.
Yeah, it's
but,
made by Valve.
Yeah, Valve. Who was it? I can't remember the dude's name, but the dude that made that, like, he just modded Half-Life,
Huh?
and then Valve's like, "Look, we'll go partners with you on
Yeah,
this."
something like that.
And then fucking, and then Steam came out like fucking, I don't know, 8 years after Counter-Strike. So I don't think it had anything to do with Counter-Strike. I'm sure it was part of it.
well, I
'cause
remember
that's how the company
that's
made
how I'd have to
money.
play
Yeah.
it was through Steam.
Yeah, well, Counter-Strike is definitely one of the reasons why Steam continued to be successful and got as successful as
Yeah.
it did, because Counter-Strike was like one
The
of the
shit.
big
It was
games
Well, I was
back in
gonna
the
say,
day.
That was
he-
a fun multiplayer
Oh,
game.
man, it was a
he
blast.
remembers playing Counter-Strike on Steam. I remember Counter-Strike before Steam.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
clicking on the Counter-Strike icon,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then playing it that way.
No,
Yeah,
that's how I played it too. I remember
Mhm.
when it first came out.
Yeah, it was
wild.
Yeah, it was definitely.
And then there was the Quake,
pre-Steam.
the Quake model.
God, Quake. Oh,
the-
man, played a lot of Quake.
The Quake engine made another first-person shooter. We talked about it too.
Yep.
Was it
and
Unreal?
Yeah, it was Unreal
No.
Tournament.
Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
Well,
that
but
was
then
loud.
Unreal Tournament ended up going and creating their own engine, Unreal
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah, the Unreal
The
engine.
f-
Yeah.
Dude.
But the original was like a modified Quake engine or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe on the next show I'll have to find it, but there's an Unreal Engine 5 preview of a game. The game doesn't have a title yet or anything, but it looks like you're at an actual fucking like a train station, and you're just watching somebody videotape their train station thing,
Oh, cool.
where they're just walking around. But this is from that new engine, and it still looks like a game,
But God, it's
but it
getting
looks
so
as
close.
to realistic as I've seen.
Yeah. I know what you.
So-
I mean, I don't know if I've seen that exact one, but did you see that the Matrix one that they put out when
Yeah,
Unreal 5 first
we
came out?
viewed
Yeah,
that.
Did we watch that
Yeah,
one?
we
Okay.
watched a little bit of it.
Hey,
Yeah.
wait, can you explain it?
No.
Thanks for listening.
Go to hell.
Check us out. Look us up on all your podcasting things.
YouTube.
And you've been listening to the Garbage Pail Skids.
Looks like we're cutting off TikTok, so
No,
sorry.
Tim's still going to stay on TikTok. He likes giving China all of his information.
I got nothing to hide.
He's got a lot to hide, actually.
I do.
We all got a lot to
All
hide.
right. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening.